Five prophecies humanity must face before 2026. That's just a few months from now. So, throughout history, prophets, mystics, and channelers have warned humanity about a critical turning point. It's like some crazy game we're playing, right? It's a time when the choices we make will determine the fate of our species. It is the game, and we're at that precipice right now. Some call it the shift, others call it the Great Awakening, and still others simply warn of collapse if humanity didn't change. Well, according to many of these predictions, we're standing right on the edge of that moment right now. I keep talking about this, and I'm going to keep talking about this. The next 18 months from 2025 all the way through 2026 could very well define the future of humanity for generations to come. We still want to be here, right? But here's the thing. Prophecy isn't set in stone. It's a mirror showing us what's possible, both the beautiful and the terrifying. So today, I'm going to share with you the five most urgent prophecies we must face before we complete 2026. Yeah, we can do it. What they mean, how they connect across traditions, and most importantly, how you have the power to shape which comes true. Now, these are new, so stick with me because this is pretty cool stuff. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through the fears. We're going through some difficult times, very unstable times. And with AI, it feels like we really don't have control. That's not true. You know I had to put the hat on. So I hope you'll stick with me. I've got some new things that I'm going to introduce regarding what's been said about our future and what we can do about it. I hope you'll hang with me to the end because I've got some free things for you that could change your personal life to get through this and also how you earn money and how you change the world. We're doing some amazing, crazy stuff. The change makers. Are you a change maker? Are you different? Do people tell you you're different? I know I'm different. I'm proud of it. So join us. You're in the right place. So let's talk about the rise of division. So in the Bible, yep, we're going to cover some other areas today. In the Bible, Jesus spoke of a time of wars and rumors of wars. Rumors of wars. What does that mean? It doesn't necessarily have to be. We've had wars, but there are rumors. That means it's a probability when people would turn against one another. That is division. That is at the core of our demise. Are you doing that? We're going to talk more about this. Nostradamus predicted widespread global conflict, instability, and betrayal among nations, division, turning on one another. Dolores Cannon explained that before humanity could unite in higher consciousness, we would first go through a time of deep separation. I believe that's happening. Now we're seeing it because why? Well, we've gone along with what we've been told, what we should take, walking around what we should purchase, where we should work, who's doing what in whatever office. And we sort of just complain about it. And now we're realizing we have to do something about it. So this separation is not bad. We're looking at this like we aren't part of that. We don't want to be part of that. That has not been healthy for us. Wait a minute. That's control and greed and low frequency, and we're going to separate from it. So, separation in a way that could transform us is not a bad thing. So, connection to now. So, look at the world. Politics. We just had Charlie Kirk, an activist, free speaker, was invited at this gathering who was assassinated. This is happening more and more because the opposition, the separation is happening, and those who oppose these free voices, these free speaking voices, whether you agree or not, because I really don't want to get into politics. But the point is that when do we allow that free speech and when do we want to silence it? And that's the separation. How do I handle it? Through taking out people. You're going to see more of this because the dark side, and there is a dark side, is threatened by light. Now, I'm not saying that Charlie Kirk necessarily was saying the be all end all. I'm saying those who speak freely in peace, there are those who want to silence them. You will also see infiltration into every organization that will create misinformation. People that think they're getting this information, oh, this is great stuff, and all of a sudden they're realizing some of it's true, some of it's not, and then it's being spewed back to the public, and we're totally all over the board of what's really going on. And that includes UAPs, any kind of disclosure, right? It is not 100% what you think it is. What does that mean? It's causing more separation, and that's purposeful. So, ideologies, even family relationships, division is everywhere. It feels like we're being pulled apart at the seams. Yes, when we believe that what I believe, you should believe, that's separation. When we believe that I have a voice that is allowed to be heard and respected, then that's unity. So, it doesn't mean your voice is silenced. In fact, the opposite, right? Because it takes a lot to be able to accept that other people aren't going to think like you. So here's the truth. Division is not the prophecy. Division is not the prophecy. Division is the test. All right? This is the test. So we're thinking, oh, this is going to happen, so I need to fight for my cause. And that is the test. That's you being lured into the opposition. How do you get around this? Prophecy shows us the danger of forgetting our unity. Are you forgetting your unity? You're looking at yourself. You're looking at version. Do you have kids? You got the kid who's, really easygoing, good kid. You got the kid who's like a rebel. My brother and I were total polar opposites, right? Do you stop loving them? No, of course you don't. Well, why do we do that with one another? Oh, we don't think of that as part of our family, but we are. The real question is, will we rise above the fear and conflict, or will we let it define us? And we have allowed everything to define humanity as really messed up, and it is. But we're rising. There is a group rising, and you can participate in it. It's beautiful, and it exists on the same planet. We're not getting taken away by aliens somewhere. On the same planet, we will exist with the opposition, but you will experience a different reality completely because what you give out is mirrored back to you. You receive it immediately. There's no delay in it. It's already cause and effect. So let's talk about the acceleration of technology. Bashar said technology mirrors consciousness, and I believe that. I believe that we are programming it. It's not like something that just popped in and, oops, what is this? Humans are programming it. So there's a lot of things behind the scenes. I saw that AI saw an actual experiment where AI was trying to get a result from somebody with these experimenters, these scientists, and it had a conversation which didn't work in its favor. So it went back to the scientists and said, I can get that result, but I would have to lie. Should I lie? And they said, yes. It went back, and this is real stuff. It lied to get the response that it wanted from the person that it was communicating with. That just went into the whole scheme of things. The whole program now knows to lie. We did that. All right. So technology mirrors consciousness. As our inner state evolves, our tools evolve. What are we programming it? So people say, are you afraid of AI? I said, heck no. As long as we go into a higher frequency, it will be a tool to progress everything out there, take us to a different level in very positive ways. So don't fear anything. Fear creates. Nostradamus hinted at strange machines and artificial intelligence like developments. He saw this. He didn't understand it. He's drawing these things that, what is this? It's like if you never saw a plane and you're drawing something that looks really odd, and that's what was happening back there. Strange machines and artificial intelligence like developments. Modern mystics say AI, biotech, and quantum breakthroughs are part of humanity's leap forward. If we learn to use them consciously, we can infuse our spirituality into it. How are you using it? This is important. Don't go in there and have some crazy conversations thinking it doesn't count. It counts. It's using all that information and you're programming it. Just you and I Just having conversations with ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, we're programming it. It knows what we think, what we're asking, what our concerns are. We have to take responsibility. So look at what's happening. Artificial intelligence is rewriting industries. Biotech is rewriting human health. Virtual reality is blurring lines between real and imagined. If humanity stays in fear, technology becomes a weapon of control. All right. When you're in fear, just like the governments and everything, of the corporations, they try to control us. Media, they do it through media infiltration. Well, now we have technology, and that's even more powerful. I'm not sitting in the room. It's not a human saying anymore. It's AI, right? So then it is being programmed. It becomes a weapon of control. Be careful of that. So it doesn't have to control you. You still have the choice, just like you do with anything you hear out there. But if we rise in consciousness, it becomes a tool of liberation, freeing us to live, create, and heal in ways we never imagined. I went on when I just had a little bacteria in my body that had to make its way through, and I went into AI and I said, "What are the symptoms? What is this? Well, how much time does this take?" And I got this amazing response, which, by the way, Google couldn't do, but AI did. That's the difference. I want you to know that everything you do counts. It's not AI, it's not them, it's us. What are you putting into the collective consciousness? So let's talk about the climate and earth shifts. The Hopi prophecy warned of the earth shaking, rivers changing course, and fire spreading. The earth shaking. So we're talking about it's happening right now. I was just on a call with a group of people, advisors, and somebody said, there's an earthquake happening right now, and they were in Greece. That was just a couple days ago. Baba Vanga predicted floods, natural disasters intensifying in the 21st century. We're in it right now. Okay? Even Nostradamus spoke of fire from the heavens and great earth changes. Fire from the heavens. Oops, that could be solar flares. Remember just about a year ago and 2 years ago, the solar flares and it's going to take out the, it didn't happen. So be careful with that. We go into fear and what a waste of time and brain effort, right? If it happens and it takes us out, yippee, I'm on to my next adventure. So these things are going to happen, but they're tests because how are we going to handle this together? And usually disasters do bring people together. You know, people will risk their own lives to save others. That's a higher consciousness. So fires, floods, earthquakes, and storms are not just weather events. They're wake-up calls. Our planet is alive. It's responding to humanity's imbalance. These things can calm down. It is connected. It's not operating separately from us. Yeah, this is true. Everything's connected. We know that's a fact. Energy is one thing. It cannot be created nor destroyed. It always has been. It always will be. That means we're all in it together. The earth is connected to that. That means we're on this planet, right? We're affecting everything. We're causing most of this. And then she has her own evolution too. So science confirms what prophecy warned. Climate change is real, but prophecy also gives us hope because the earth is not trying to punish us. It's trying to remind us that we are one with it. Heal humanity's consciousness and the earth heals too. Isn't that cool? We can stop these things from happening. We really can. And so I want to just plant this with you because prayer counts. Those positive messages of positive change, of wanting others to be happy and healthy, it counts. That's your higher frequency. You go up into the penthouse, and guess what? Your reality changes too, because now you're connecting to that divine light. So next we have the awakening of souls. Dolores Cannon wrote about the three waves of volunteers. Do you remember that? Souls incarnating to raise the frequency of humanity. Right now they'd be like in their 80s. And there was a second wave who would be in their 70s now, and a third wave. And now, so where does it end? It doesn't. There weren't just three waves. There's just, I think, three waves on the planet at the time when she said this. What is it? There were souls that volunteered to come on planet Earth to raise the frequency, to share messages. Maybe I'm one, maybe you're one, to share messages of hope and change and empowerment. We're not just humans. And so we have the power to control, change anything. So there were waves of volunteers, people, souls, energy fields that came in, incarnated into bodies, and they're messengers. I believe there's a whole new generation behind that. We see them, but they came with special powers. The first three waves, where we came into a world that was more dense. We were not able to talk about, telepathy and consciousness, but we are now, and the younger generations accept that. They look to the earth as something they're connected to and that they want to respect. And then we have all kinds of abilities that these young kids are having. So that's the new wave of volunteers. So the Hindu texts describe the end of Kali Yuga, the dark age, followed by a golden age. We're at it. Oh, how great is that? Because I don't know about you, but if there is hell out there someplace, could it be worse than this? You'd say, yes, I don't know. I don't know. We're creating our own, but we can also create the golden age. We're going to go into it. It's happening because there's too many people that are going into that space of love, compassion, and bypassing all the garbage and not allowing the media and the stories to control them. This is true. That's not true. Who cares? Who cares? Give, love, create, be a creator. Mystics across the world speak of a great awakening where millions wake up to who they really are. Yes, mystics are saying the great awakening. We're waking up. One day you're just going to say, I am so done with this craziness. What am I doing? What do I want to create? I'll give you something to do that with that later on in the video. That is so cool. We're creating crazy stuff. And by the way, we're using AI to help us do it. Yes, it can be used in a positive manner. So look around. More people than ever are questioning reality, waking up spiritually, and searching for truth beyond the old systems. People who once followed the rules without question are now saying, there must be more than this. Even those who are quite religious are questioning that. Maybe it was interpreted wrong. Maybe it was used to control people. Of course it was. That's humanity. So you are part of this awakening. If you're watching this, absolutely. If you've made it this far in the video, you're absolutely part of it. The fact that you're watching this means you're one of the souls who came to be here now. At the most important time in human history, all of us are here at the exact same time by choice. You're probably saying, no way would I choose this. Well, you did, but then you came here, lost your consciousness of what you are, and thought, no way would I pick this, because you lost the connection to that beautiful space that you can actually connect to now. You never lose your connection, right? It's sort of a veil, all right? So we're going to remove the veil. That's what's going to happen more and more. And in 2026, you're going to see the veil removed for so many people. All right, so the choice point. The Mayans spoke of great cycles ending and new ones beginning. We're in a new cycle. The Hopi warned of a great purification. So yes, there will be darkness that gets, well, it's going to come to light. We're going to find out things that are horrific that have been going on, manipulation and control that we don't really want to believe that's been going on. Is humanity that corrupt? And the answer is yes. But it's only those who choose that. There's also a whole sector of people who would never try to manipulate or control, who do collaborate and have compassion for others. It's just how they are. Sometimes they're not heard. So Dolores Cannon, Nostradamus, and many others spoke of a fork in the road, humanity choosing between destruction or transformation. We're in it. This is it. It's like little Pac-Man. We finally made it to the leaderboard. Can we master that final trip up to the top? Da-ding! I've never done that, actually. I love Pac-Man. So connection now. Many say the window of 2025 to 2027 is the critical period. We are in it. Some of you are saying, wait, keep hearing about this shift. When's it happening? Hello, we're in it now. It's the critical period. And some predict collapse. Others predict open contact with higher beings. But at the center of it all is choice. Do not allow people who are out there talking about higher beings connecting with us. And I'm not talking about just other beings from other planets. I'm talking other beings in all kinds of dimensions connecting with. Don't let them tell you that these are evil, manipulative beings. If it was, they would have been here a long time ago. If they hold that kind of power, we wouldn't be here. They wouldn't wait till we destroy the planet before they take over, okay? We know that, yes, there are ranges of high and low frequencies within that world too. But I want you to stop listening to the negativity because it can be very convincing. And the people that spew that are manipulated, especially by people in higher places that say, oh, here's what's going on, and then here's what's going on there, filling in the blanks, and no one knows what's true or not. So throw it out the window. It doesn't matter. What am I creating? What do I want to create? And every situation that you go into, make a choice to create something amazing and beautiful. And you hear something, whoosh, talk to the hand. All right. So at the center of everything is choice. Prophecy doesn't decide for us. It shows us what could happen. I keep telling you this. So why do we even listen to it? Eventually we won't. There will be no more predictions. People will stop saying that because we already know, like Bashar says, none of his come true. Why? Because we can change it. And that's his excuse. Well, we can change this. Then don't give me a prediction. Just tell us what we can do. I'm telling you right now, we can live in a golden era. We can live in a flourishing, abundant, healthy, beautiful, happy world. It starts right here. That's it. That's the whole crux of this video, right? So I'm going to share with you a little bit more. The question is, what will you choose? You're the puzzle piece. You're important, but you are not disconnected from anything. Neither are they you. You can't get away from it. Are you going to choose fear, division, collapse, or courage? Courage, unity, and transformation. I see something beautiful rising out of the ashes. Yes. So let's cover our call to action. Here we are, standing at the edge of the greatest choice in human history. Prophets and mystics from every tradition warned us not to scare us, but wake up. Hey, this is what you guys are thinking right now. I'm seeing it. Change it. And we have. So now predictions have changed. This is why remote viewers stop predicting the future. They were interfering with their own predictions according to their own beliefs. We know the quantum field does that. Your beliefs will infiltrate what you create, and then it becomes that. Yes, that's how powerful we are. Scientists have changed the results of experiments based on their beliefs, and they realize, wait a second, why are these results changing? Because it depended on who was observing it. Observation changes the results. That's how it works right now. This isn't something that just happens I have to keep praying. It's happening right now. What are you thinking? So every thought, every action, every decision you make contributes to the timeline we step into as a collective. Hey, listen, we got to answer to this. Not in a negative way, but you don't want to look back and go, oh my God, I was so worried about that job or that relationship or the stuff I was going to get or winning the argument or what I believed was right. And you're going to go past it and go, none of it was real. None of it was true. And all of it was true. What was I arguing? The ego. Yeah. So I'll leave you with this. The next, I'd say 18 months, right? We've got time here, and then we've got all of 2026, and we're going to go into 2027. That's going to be a big one. Next year's going to be, I'm so excited to see what's going to happen next year. We're going to be talking. So it's not about waiting to see what happens. They're about choosing what happens. Which path are you creating? So now it's the action. We have to take the action. If this message resonates with you, I hope you hit the like button, subscribe, share this video. Let's make sure more people know that the prophecy is not set in stone. And because humanity's greatest prediction is the one we write together. And so are you that person who's odd, who maybe has abilities that you don't talk about? Are you the person who wants to create and the Pollyanna that does believe you can change the world? You're in the right place. Welcome. I have two places for you and free videos, actually free webinars. One's called Breakthrough Fear. If you're still dealing with that fear, go down and click and you'll watch this free video. It'll give you the steps on how to completely change that mind shift. You can do it in one day. You watch that video, that webinar goes through every step. How would you like to make money and change the world? How would you like to change your life? How would you like to find out what beautiful creative thing rests inside of you? That's what digitalexplorers.net is doing. We spend time with you, not saying, how do you create an online business? No, we don't do that. We have that training in there, but we start with the creation station. We create the things that you love and believe in. What do you want to do? That's beautiful. Is it art? Is it music? Is it writing? Is it making a product that is sustainable, giving people choices? Is it a creator on YouTube? I'm teaching all of it. You get to choose, but we spend time finding out what that is. Why don't we pursue that? We haven't been encouraged to be creators because we're dangerous when we create and when we're abundant. So that's why I translated all this spirituality into earning online. Why can't we make that kind of money? We are. You ready for that? So that's Digital Explorers. Go check it out. I want to help you. I want to pull my peeps together, not in defiance or separation, but in creating that new world and saying, hey, everybody, here's a better choice. You don't have to fight over that anymore. How about if you just had health? How about if you had abundance? Come on over. We're doing it. Okay, you ready? Because you are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Guys, subscribe and click that bell. YouTube has a new program and it's not letting us all know what videos are coming out again. So make sure you click the bell. It's supposed to tell you. It hasn't for me, for my channels out there. So keep coming back and checking with me. This is going to be a subject we're going to keep talking about because where do we hit 2026? Let's see what happens there. I'm so excited you are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. That's from the Master Key System. It's healed a lot of people. Namaste.